Have you ever been in such a situation whereby so many bad things happen to you one after the other, like within a short space of time, and you be like, oh my gosh, can I at least get a break from all of this? Well, that's the worst week, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, let's get this out of the way. Life is not perfect. There will always be ups and downs, preferably more ups than downs. In this case, the ups I'm talking about are the good times, and the downs are going to be the bad times. So our main aim today is to discuss ways in which we can shorten the downs by managing our response to them when they actually do happen. Because I do believe that with the right mindset, you can turn anything negative into something that's positive. Trust me, it's possible to convert something that's negative into something that's positive. It just depends on your mindset. You know, when I was growing up, I remember times when I would come back home and I was sad, maybe even crying. You know, don't believe that stuff that guys don't cry. Yeah, we used to cry back in the day, but one tear, just one tear. Yeah, but anyway, would be sad. Yeah, I would be sad. Get home, sit in bed. And maybe it's a breakup or something like that. But I'll be in bed, sad, not talking to anyone, not being productive. And my mom would come to me and she would ask me exactly what happened, and I would tell her exactly what happened. Maybe at that moment in time, that's when the tears would flow, because that's what happens when you're sad. Yeah. And my mom would then tell me that you better stop crying, get up on your feet and go do something. Go be productive. Stop being sad, because the more that you're sad, you're just going to get sadder, i.e. negativity breeds negativity. If you take a negative number and multiply it with a positive number, your answer is always going to be negative, is it not? So when it comes to managing the bad times, the first thing that you need to look at is the reasons why those things happen. And to look at these things, you must put yourself in a non-biased position, i.e. don't play the victim, don't play the aggressor. Put yourself in the middle and look at both sides of the story, because in that process, you might even discover that maybe you're the one who was the aggressor. Maybe you're the one who's actually wrong in this whole process. And so if you do find that you're the one who's wrong in the process, then do take steps or measures to correct that. But if you are the victim, that journey into answering the question why is more of an educational journey, because in that whole process you're going to learn about people. If somebody took advantage of you, you will learn why they took advantage of you. You will see that maybe there was a point in time when maybe you lowered your defenses. Maybe you trusted someone too much who didn't deserve that trust. It can even be those family issues, which no matter how much you try, they always find a way to get back to you. And they actually start messing up your own life. You're not happy anymore because auntie this, auntie say that to that aunt. You understand? So it's just necessary to just take some time, do a little bit of digging, go back into that family tree and find that root cause, because there's no smoke without fire, right? So there's always a reason, because you'll be like, oh my gosh, what type of family do I have? It's just divided, man. Well, so most of the time, once you find that cause, it'll clear up your mind, because you'll be like, yes, at least this has nothing to do with me. And so when you see that infighting going on, yes, you may want to try and intervene and sort it out, but ultimately all those things must not affect your own happiness as a person. You must continue to move forward. So you see, when negative things happen, it is very practical to ask yourself why. Yeah, let's say you just took the bread out of the oven. You were baking, attempting to bake, and the bread that you just made looks like a brick, feels like a brick. If you throw it down, it cracks. And you're like, what? That's not bread. So what do? You go back to the recipe and you're like, oh, I didn't put yeast, that's why it didn't rise. So it's always necessary to just take a look back and to analyze the steps that you have taken. Analyze, you'll see what happened, what caused this outcome. So you see, I bet you won't forget the yeast, because you just learned something through a mistake. Which is the same thing with everything that happens to us. Every single problem that you face, learn something from it. If it's a family problem, learn something from it. Prevent it from happening in your own family when you now have your own kids. Stop it from happening, because you've learned it, you've seen what it can do. So don't let it happen in your family, right? Listen, a simple change in mindset goes a long way. If you view problems as burdens, then there will be burdens for you today, there are going to be burdens for you tomorrow, there are going to be burdens for you always. And so it is necessary to change that See the problems as opportunities to grow. See them as challenges. And so you will always emerge stronger at the end of every single problem. And you will always be successful if you challenge yourself, because the only person who's holding you back is you. So if you feel like you're in a hopeless situation, now is the time to change. Don't continue to be a sponge which absorbs negative things. So accept the challenge as an opportunity to grow and learn. Have faith in God and have faith in yourself, because I know He can do it, and so you can do it.